Well, I knew this wasn't lined up properly, but I didn't pay attention. I was rushing around as usual, and look at that space in there. Yep, so as you can see, I'm pulling the nails out. I'm going to pull those two things away from the post and put a filler behind the post and re-nail them. And that would explain part of why this corner was out of square. But it's still not going to be square because, yeah, different widths at the back. The building is different lengths from the middle to the back there and from the side to the back there. But it'll be close. And look at this here. Let me get my tape measure out here. Take my gloves off. I mentioned about not wanting to do the cement because of all the shoveling and filling and all of that kind of stuff. You can see the difference there. Let me grab my tape measure here. There is 31 inches to the top of my floor joist. And because of that, let me hook on the beam that goes across the back, which essentially would be my ceiling height. That's less than 6 feet at the back. So when I redo the roof, thankfully those posts go up higher than that. So what I'm thinking I'm probably going to do is I will put another beam right on top of the one that's in the back there already. And I'll end up replacing all of these ceiling joists. And instead of being 2 foot on center, I will do them 16 inches on center. And yeah, so it's going to be more expensive. Every step of the way is more expensive than I had originally anticipated, but that's the way it is. And of course, if I raise that up, that means I'll have to raise this up here in the middle by the same amount. And when I get up to the front here, I'll have to raise the front up the same amount. So essentially, it'll be another 6 inches taller. So at least I'll have 6'6" in the back when it's all said and done. And we'll have about 7 foot in the front, I guess, something like that. But we're working at it, and I'll bring you back when I get a little more progress. The forecast for today is 91, and it's quite humid, but thankfully it's still only about 83 or 4, which I'm very grateful for. And there's enough clouds that oftentimes I'm working in the shade. And of course, when I'm inside there, I'm in the shade anyway. But you get inside and then there's no breeze. So there's trade-offs. Back to work. No more goofing around. Oh, it might help if I put some nails in the gun, hey? You know, being an old man, I still use a lot of old tools. This gun is no exception. It's an old Hitachi. I started to say before the air compressor came on that being an old guy, I'm still using old tools. And that nailing gun is no exception. I was building houses with that back in the middle and late 80s. And it's still going strong. It's built houses in Massachusetts, in Pennsylvania, 2 storage sheds in Minnesota, and now here we are in Tennessee, some 40, 30, 35, almost 40 years ago. Let's see, 89, 99, 2009, yeah, 40 years at least. Still going. Okay, so now we have my correction done here, and it's not perfectly straight, but that's okay. The whoops are, there's a little bit of whoop in the boards, but close enough that we can make it work now. So I can now start hanging some floor joists. Hold on to your hat. Sometimes when you're working by yourself, you need an extra helping hand. And that's just exactly what that bent over nail is. I pounded the nail into the rim joist and then bent it over so that I could hang this end onto the previous rim joist, while I went down to the other end with a level and nailing gun and pulled it up, got it level, and nailed it in place. So we will be taking out that helping hand. He served his purpose. Now, if one of you guys would hold your paper and pencil and write down these measurements for me, I'd be really, really pleased. You know what I mean? But I guess I'll have to hook on, and it would be easier if I had somebody to hold the other side of the tape too. But just don't let me forget that when I take these measurements, I got to subtract an 1.5 inches because I'm hooking on the outside of the joist. The rim joist. So this one is 135 3/8. So 133 7/8. Well, there we are. That's as far as this old man's going to go today. It's hot and humid, and it's pushing 90 now, and with the heat index it's over 100. So I think I'm going to call it quits, go in and take a shower and sit in the AC. But I'm pretty happy with what we've accomplished so far. I won't be able to get back out here for 2 or 3 days. I have to study for a sermon tomorrow. Church is on Sunday. Monday I have an appointment with a VA up in Nashville, and so Tuesday will be the first time I'll get back out here, I expect. And now that we've got this part all underway, I should be able to cut the rest of the floor joist and slap them in place and start putting down some plywood, don't you know? So thanks for following along, for watching, commenting, and for subscribing. And I know we've had quite a few new subscribers. And I wish they still had personal messages on YouTube, because unless a person has videos of their own, there's no way that I can thank them personally. And I find that I'm not always getting notified when I get new subscribers. So go figure that out. Anyway, that's it for today. This is Friday. Don't know what day of the week, what day of the month it is. Is that the 18th maybe? Something like that. Something like that. Hope you all having a good day where you are. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Oh, one more thing. See if I can back up here without tripping over everything. When was the last time you saw one of these shirts, hey? The old-time original YouTube Garage Gang. Look at that. Yep, with a bunch of names listed on the back. That list of names, I'm sure, has doubled and more than that by now. And I got this way back in the day when VW Darren was still active. Bye for now.